minute counts after a crash. Avoid these costly mistakes. You've been in a car crash. You're hurt. You're stressed. You're maybe overwhelmed by calls from the insurance adjuster. What you do now, before you even talk to an attorney, can impact how much compensation you get. Today we're covering the top 5 mistakes people make before calling an injury attorney, and these are mistakes that can cost you dearly. Let's jump right in. Mistake number 1, giving a recorded statement to the at-fault party's insurance company. I'm not talking about your insurance. You have to cooperate with your own insurance. But still probably a good idea to talk to an attorney before you talk to your own insurance. But we are specifically talking about the at-fault party's insurance company. Adjusters are trained, literally get training weekly, monthly. They're judged annually. They get reviews and bonuses based on how little they pay out on car crash claims. Their best interests are the insurance company's bottom line, not you. Even though they appear to be friendly, even though they might appear to be super invested in you and your recovery. Oh, are you okay? What's going on? Trained to call. They're trained to act like they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're simply trying to pay you as little amount of money as possible to maximize the amount of money in the insurance company's pocket. They're trained to ask leading questions, and the questions are designed to minimize the fault on their insured and to put the blame on you. They literally have leading questions, how to scripts. They practice these on each other. They practice on computers. They literally get training on how to ask innocent sounding questions to make you seem like you're more at fault. Oh, don't you agree? Maybe if you weren't going so fast, this wouldn't have been a big deal. Oh, I bet you wish you were going a little bit slower. I know that it all happens. But they're trained to ask questions in a way that you accept some responsibility, and that results in you getting paid less. And even innocent statements can be taken out of context to make you look bad. Please understand, Indiana, like a lot of other states, is a one-party consent state. They don't need your permission to record the call. Oftentimes they'll ask, but you don't want to say anything that could possibly be used against you. Oh, I was feeling better today, so I went out to the park. Oh, so you're fine. No, I was feeling better. I was feeling terrible. Now I only feel miserable. But you said you're feeling better, you went to the park. All of a sudden, you have these statements that are being taken out of context. Now, remember, you're not obligated to give the at-fault party's insurance company a recorded statement. Now, they may not settle with you if you don't have an attorney, unless you do give some sort of statement. However, you do not need to give a statement. And more often than not, it's going to hurt you. Now, here's what you can do instead. You can be polite but firm. I'm not prepared to discuss details at this time. Or I'll have my representative contact you. And then call an attorney, and then they'll take care of that for you. And any attorney worth their salt is very likely not going to let you give a recorded statement. Now, here's a big exception. If you have a very small case, you weren't injured, you only have property damage, well, talk to the adjuster. They might be trying to still shift some blame onto you, but property damage is a different beast than a bodily injury claim. And most attorneys are going to have you handle your own car crash property damage claim because it's faster that way. So you're going to have to talk to the property damage adjuster, which is different than the bodily injury adjuster, move along the property damage claims. Keep that in mind. Mistake number 2, delaying or downplaying medical treatment. Waiting too long to see a doctor or telling medical staff you feel fine when you're actually hurting is only going to take money out of your pocket and leave it in the insurance company's pocket. 2 issues here. If you go to the doctor, tell them what hurts. Let them know what's going on. And then you have a duty under Indiana law to try to get better. So that means following doctor's advice, going to additional treatments if you've been ordered to do so. If you're told to go to physical therapy, go to physical therapy. If you're told to do at-home exercises, do at-home exercises. When you get follow-up, you don't want to be like, oh, I feel fine. If you're still hurting, tell them, I feel better. However, my back still hurts. My shoulder is still hurt. I'm not back to 100%. Now, Indiana juries, they like to reward a winner, someone that's getting better or at least trying. So, hey, you know what? I'm doing my exercises. I want to do better, but I'm still in a lot of pain. Those are fine. If you are feeling better, hey, my pain was 7 out of 10. Now it's 6 out of 10. I am feeling a little bit better, but you want to quantify that. You want to let the doctor and medical staff know, hey, what is going on? Don't downplay it. Now is not the time to try to be a tough guy and, oh, nothing can hurt me. That's not how this works, and they will use that against you. Now, the second part of that is delaying medical treatment. Now, I get it. People are in car crashes. You still got things to do. Take kids to school. You got to go to work. We have so many cases where people get in a car crash and they're achy after the car crash, but they say, I can't go to the ambulance. I can't go to the doctor today. I have a presentation. I have to get to work. You want to go to the doctor as soon as possible. If you can't go that same day, you want to at least send your doctor an email. I don't know about you, but I have my chart I can actually email my doctor and medical team, hey, and if I was in an accident and for some reason I could not go because I had to go to court or I had some emergency, I would email my doctor, hey, I was in a car crash. I'm feeling a little banged up. What do you advise? And my doctor's going to tell me, hey, come on in. Come on in tomorrow. Today. If you're feeling bad, go to urgent care. But you want to at least start some sort of process where you've reached out, because every day you delay after injury, car crash, fall, whatever, it's going to look worse and be harder for you to recover fair compensation later. Just understand that. Don't be a tough guy. At this point, if you're in an accident, I'm 40-something years old. I feel like I'm young. I mentally feel I'm sharp. But hey, I got people that depend on me, a wife, 2 kids. I have to make sure I'm there for them. So if I was in a car crash, I would go get checked out, even if it felt great. It's just me. Because I don't want anyone to say, hey, you made it worse by delaying. Or you know what, you're faking it because you waited 3 or 4 days to go to the doctor. Come on, that's not reasonable. But that happens every single day. Mistake number 3. This one drives me nuts. People get into a car crash, they're a little bit achy, but hey, I gotta get out of here. I don't got time to wait for the police. Let's just exchange information. And then police don't come, or you don't have an independent witness, and the person's saying, I didn't cause the accident. They caused the accident. What? But you need to get evidence. You need to get witness statements. Ideally, the police would come after a car crash. Wait there for a police report. There's a law. You're not supposed to leave after a car crash, but you want to try to get evidence. You want to see what intersection, if there's any cameras, if there's a business with a Ring doorbell, or a house with a Ring doorbell. Get as much information as possible. Take pictures of any damage. And it'll make it seem weird grabbing your cell phone, taking a picture of the other car, but do it, because pictures speak 1,000 words. That's fact. And we see that in cases. Pictures get paid more on cases where there's no pictures. So we love physical evidence. Get as much evidence as possible. Now, obviously, if you're in an ambulance, you can't be like, oh, hold on, let me get a picture. But you can say, hey, you take a picture and point to a witness at the scene. Hey, you, will you take a picture of the damage and will you text it to me? The cool thing is, if they text you a picture, now you have their phone number and they're a witness in your case. If I was in an accident and I was seriously hurt, even as they take me on a stretcher, I would look at the paramedic and be like, hey, will you please take a picture of the damage? Take a picture of the license plate. I might need that later, and send it to me. That's how important pictures are. So medical records, keeping track of where you're going, keeping track of the damage, anything you think could be helpful, likely will be helpful. So get as much information as possible, as soon as possible, even before you talk to an attorney. An attorney can help get stuff, but closer in time to the car crash, slip and fall, whatever, it's going to be easier to get that evidence. Keep that in mind. Mistake number 4, posting about the car crash or slip and fall or any type of accident on social media. Be super careful. Social media is a snapshot of what's going on, and usually people post the highlights of their day, not necessarily the sad parts or the bad parts. And it's easy to take social media posts out of context. Hey, I was in a car crash. I'm miserable today. Then 5 days later, hey, I went to the park with my dog. Oh, you were fine to go to the park with your dog. And look at you. Just social media is like it's a little landmine for these car crash and fall cases because it's so easy to take things out of context. Oh, so on such and such date, you were still in pain from the car crash. Yes, yes. On that same date or the next day, you're at a state park and you're hiking. Can't be too hurt if you were hiking. I was hiking slowly, and normally I run. Got a lot of excuses today, don't you? Just understand, it's easy to take things out of context with social media. I would prefer if people got into car crashes, slip and falls, they stop posting on social media, make their thing private. I recognize that may not be realistic. Just be careful of what you post on social media because, again, it's easy to take it out of context. I definitely wouldn't post anything on social media about the incident, the car crash, slip and fall, treatment, anything like that. Just be very, very careful about social media. And any attorney worth their salt you talk will tell you the same exact thing. Be careful what you post. But those posts can come back and haunt you. Even if you delete a post, guess what? It still exists. Facebook, Instagram, they have it. It may not be visible, but they will gladly give it to the at-fault party under a court subpoena. We see it happen every single day. Mistake number 5, waiting too long to contact a lawyer. Every state has strict deadlines called statute of limitations filing a lawsuit. In Indiana, you have generally 2 years, which seems like a long time. But most attorneys, including myself, we don't take cases. Someone calls, hey, it's been a year and a half. Why'd you wait so long? Because usually by that point, they've messed up their own case pretty badly. Now, we'll still talk to people, but when we get involved with the case, it costs us time and money. And filing a lawsuit, that's going to be more time and money. We don't like handling that thing unless it's special circumstances. Rare exceptions, but to do something like that. We don't like getting involved late in the game because usually there's a mess we have to deal with, have to untangle in order to make the case work for everybody. That's not fun. Getting an attorney involved as soon as possible. It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you nothing. Attorneys add value injury cases. That's just because that's what we do. Insurance companies even determine that in various studies. I have other videos on that. But it costs you nothing and it gains so much. You hand off all the problems trying to negotiate. You hand off all these little landmines insurance companies trying to put you through. There's so much value to an attorney, and attorneys help so much in these type of cases. The reality is insurance companies are trained to try to pay you as less money as possible. And they're going to be successful if you don't know what you're doing, because it's going to be very hard for you to jump in. I'm going to handle my own case. I have a job, a family, I'm doing other things, and I'm going to deal with this too. It's just not realistic, and insurance companies love it. Love it, love it, love it. Well, I'm going to represent myself. Even if you are the smartest man in the world, smartest man, woman, child, whatever, they're going to take advantage of you because you just don't know what you don't know. There's liens, there's paybacks, there's so many things going on. The worst calls I get is somebody calls me and says, hey, Marc Lopez, I need your help. I want to sign right now. I know you're going to help me. I know you can help me. Okay, what's going on? Well, insurance company paid me settlement $15,000 a year ago, but now my insurance and some other places are saying I have to pay them back. So my insurance company defrauded me. They lied to me. They didn't lie to you. They took advantage of you for sure, because you have to pay back so many things with an injury case. They're called liens. There's so many things going on. It's like little landmines for people who are not represented by an attorney. And also, getting an attorney involved as early as possible can help you avoid so many missteps that can be used against you later on. You have to trust me on that. Even if you're like, I'm not going to hire you, Mark, talk to an attorney in your state. Talk to an attorney that knows what's going on to help guide you, because it is tragic when someone gets taken advantage of by an insurance company. Because it stinks. Your whole life you pay for these premiums. When it's time for them to step up and take care of you, what are you talking about? We don't do that. And then even worse, they want to get paid back. Your insurance wants to get paid back for helping you. Whether it's your health insurance, car insurance, disability insurance, they all have their hand out when you get a settlement. You need someone looking out for you and pushing back on all of that. So we talked about these pitfalls. There's 5 of them. There's probably 100 more. Make more videos about those later. But the reality is, if you are in a car crash or fall, any type of injury case, recognize you still got to deal with your normal life, and you got to deal with this case. It's incredibly frustrating. Allow the Marc Lopez Law Firm to turn that frustration into compensation. Give us a call, 317-632-3642. I look forward to speaking with you. Be safe.